What's going on, world? We're here with a brand new season of Soul Access, this time with Jay Gasper of the Phoenix Suns. How you doing, man?
Good, how you doing?
I'm doing just great. So, we're here in the film session.
Yep, this is the room where all the guys, they come to watch film before practice. It's just kind of a quiet room around here.
Right. And, we're not really into the film. Right
Yeah,
we
not
just
at
want to
all.
see the sneakers.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah, so let's go check it out.
All right, let's do it.
Wait, Jay, wait a minute. What's going on in here? Is this your office?
Yeah, this is my office. Come on in, yeah. Those are some Shaq All-Star shoes. I have a bunch of Amare Stoudemire All-Star shoes down there from various years. Those are some from Greg Oden's rookie year. Kind of a crazy story. That's Steve Nash's play skill, the skills challenge from All-Star Weekend trophy that he left behind. These are some of my favorite Suns jerseys up here. This jersey right here, actually, Shaq won the MVP, him and Kobe Bryant in the All-Star game in '09.
In Phoenix, right?
In Phoenix, yes. So I was the equipment manager for that All-Star game, so I got some pretty good stuff.
What has been your fondest memory so far in your 27 years now?
Going on 27, yeah. Oh, there's so many. There's a few Western Conference Finals teams in there, but I have to say sweeping San Antonio in 2010. We finally conquered the beast, and it was emotional locker room afterwards. It's great.
The only memory I have of San Antonio and Phoenix is the Robert Horry hip check of Steve Nash.
Yeah, I still have bad memories of that and the bogus suspensions and things like that followed.
Explain this calendar here.
Oh, this is a new creation. We have 6 uniforms this year, which is kind of crazy. So this is my way of at least letting the players know that what they're going to be wearing on a certain night. It's easy for me to pack that way too for a road trip, because there's some road trips I have to bring 3 different uniforms, which means this year was Stan socks, 3 different socks, a lot of different shoe colors, things like that. So I could plan ahead. This is a 4-month planner for me.
Right. Well, let's go see the sneakers and how they match up with the jerseys.
All right, let's do it. All right, so this is the locker room area. As you can see, there's a lot of shoes in here. Actually, one of the biggest shoe freaks is PJ Tucker, and this is his locker. As you can tell, I try to get him some shoes from Nike, but he never wears what I give him. So he wind up bringing everything from home. He toes the line a little bit with the colors and things, because everybody has to wear, team colors, certain amount. But he's one that gets warned a few times from the league.
PJ Tucker is actually our Kicks on Court champion, our reigning Kicks on Court champion.
Very proud of that, by the way.
Yeah. And he wears amazing stuff on court.
What I normally do is take a couple pairs for each player, but in his case, I usually have to bring at least 4 pairs, because sometimes he'll change at halftime, and he might miss a couple shots, and of course it's the shoe's fault, so he'll switch it out. He's been in the Kyrie quite a bit. He practices in these. And I actually think he wore them last night in the preseason game against Sacramento. He will wear everything from Jordan, which I know Nike guys don't want to do. They don't like that, but he'll wear that. But he's a big-time Nike guy, all Nike. He has a bunch at his house. He's well connected, let's just say that. He's more about looks than feel, but he's definitely got some nice ones. He actually wore some of the player exclusives that were actually from the mid-'80s and the '90s. He had like Michael Finley and stuff, and he actually blew out a couple shoes last year during the game. It was a Huarache, I think, that he had, and he'd make one cut and it would blow the sole. And he did it 2 times in one game with 2 different shoes. So let's see, Archie Goodwin from Kentucky. He's pretty much set on the Hyper Rev. He loves these. This is last year's Hyper Rev. He'll wear it till it falls apart, as you can tell. There's certain guys that like their comfort. There's certain guys that like style. Mirza Teletovic, we're still in the process of coming up with a couple shoes. Nike sent him a few to try, and he's between this and the KD, he's trying the team shoe KD. He's trying, but he doesn't know. He's trying to get a good feel. He likes a lot of cushion. He's more comfort than style too.
He was a big KD guy last year in Brooklyn.
Yep. So he wants to try that one again. It's a different style though. It's a little higher. Booker, another Kentucky guy, 18 years old, and he's a Kobe guy. But he is a shoe freak as well, so he will bring stuff from home, but he's also more comfort, and he wants to do to basically be a Kobe guy this year.
Is this an ID that he has?
No, this is actually a team offering. We have a few different ones that Nike offers teams for us, at least. We have a solid purple that we'll wear on the road with purple uniforms, a black with the black uniform. There's a charcoal gray with black that we'll probably wear with the gray uniform. I'll show you when we get to the back room.
So he'll be the new age PJ Tucker for you?
Yeah, probably. Probably. Markieff Morris, he's one that I give him some soldiers for practice, but he's a foam guy through and through. He brings all these from home. He wanted to do this one in October for breast health awareness, breast cancer awareness. And it's not one of the league billboards as the breast health, it's more NFL driven, but during October, you can get away with more in the preseason. They're not as strict.
He told us the year before the NBA kind of slapped his wrist for the organ foams.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, there was actually, oh man, I should have brought it, but there was one that I actually colored in with a Sharpie that made it solid black. So he wore that. Gerald Green actually had one that was yellow. It was a Reebok, but it was yellow, and I colored it in with orange, and he won a contest. He won like the Kicks of the Night or something. Yeah. And he was all proud of that, and I was too, because it was my marker. Yeah. Sonny Weems he's a hyper chase guy. He likes something low. He likes quick. This is really lightweight. It's between this and the Kobe. He'll switch it up and do the Kobe once in a while as well. Tyson Chandler is one of our 2-player exclusive, or SMU, Nike calls it, for special makeup. And this is his special makeup hyper dunk. He's got some more coming. This would be worn with our home uniform. And let's see, this one with our road. It's got a Tyson Chandler logo, and believe it or not, these are just some prototypes. They're making more with a different logo on there. This is one of the most difficult guys I've come across, just because he is a hyperdunk guy, but he only likes the 2013 hyperdunk. He has one foot that is almost a full size bigger than the other. So he's trying to mix and match size 16 and size 17 shoes. But he still loves the 2013, and I'm calling Nike, I can't get him. I have a couple pairs in back that he just has to try and get through. But
is that a first in your 27 years?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've never seen a guy that has that much of a difference in size of shoe, but size of foot, I mean, but he does, and we're trying everything we can with different orthotics and things like that, but so far it's still the 2013. Hopefully we find a new current shoe. I'm sure Nike would be happy about that. This is the only Adidas guy on our roster. Everybody else is Nike. So this is Brandon Knight, and he's in the process of trying to find a shoe as well. But he's trying this right now. He thinks it's a little heavy, so he's gonna try a few others. He's pretty low maintenance. He's all about comfort. He wants something lightweight. Those are some special makeup D Roses that we had from years past. This is TJ Warren. He's a Kobe guy as well. We have a lot of guys in Kobe's. This is just one of the team makeups, same as Booker. This is that Team KD I was talking about, the team offering from Nike this year, but he likes the low, sleek things.
And now to another one of our Kicks on Court champion nominees.
Yes, Eric Bledsoe. He is our 2nd player exclusive SMU guy, so he's still waiting on them, but he's a soldier guy. So they sent him a bunch of soldiers to try. This is something that he actually brought from home. So he wore this in the game last night. But he is a soldier guy. He's one of LeBron's friends, and he's one of the guys that's allowed to wear LeBron's shoe. John Lure, he's a KD guy. Came over from the Memphis Grizzlies, and he likes the mids. They're pretty lightweight. They're really nice. He's very much about comfort and performance rather than looks, and that really is a good shoe for him. Ronnie Price, this is another, he's kind of tough too. He's pretty happy with some shoes a couple years ago, but they don't make them anymore. So now he's trying the Kyrie. He really likes them. He can't obviously get away with that color, but he's been practicing in that. They sent him a few to try. And he just likes a lightweight. He likes low. This is just a different type of Kobe. It's the KD mentality. He wants to try that. He's gonna see, it's just really lightweight. He likes the real sleek ones too as well. So he's trying to get the right fit. You know, it's a preseason right now, so this is the time we try to get everybody sized up and get them in what they want, and then we can load them up.
How has dealing with players and their sneakers changed from when you first started to now?
When I started as a ball boy when I was 27 years ago, I mean, players carried their own shoes, players carried their own uniforms, teams flew commercial. It's a little bit different. Now I'll show you when we get back to the equipment room, but I carry shoes for the guys. I carry everything you need as far as pre-game stuff, practice stuff. It's usually a different pair of shoes for practice, for games. It's crazy.
Who would you say has been the most difficult and the easiest person to deal with over your career?
We've had a couple difficult ones, but not in a bad way. Shaq was always a tough guy to get stuff for in his size. He had his own shoe company, so he got them. Getting some from China and things is a little more difficult to get shoes like Jason Richardson and Peak. I'm sure now it's better, but back then he was one of the first Peak guys. Easiest guy, probably Steve Nash. He had great shoes. He had the recycled shoes. He would wear them basically until they fell apart because he's so low maintenance, but I mean, he had really nice stuff too.
Right. And what have you obtained yourself personally over the years?
I started as a ball boy when I was 12 years old, and I worked the visitors' locker room. So I was there for the '93 finals and the Bulls locker room, champagne party and everything. And throughout the years, I used to collect shoes. I mean, I have Isaiah Thomas, Michael Jordan signed a pair in 1989 right off his feet. Charles Barkley's player exclusives throughout the years. A bunch of, Michael Finley player exclusives, all really cool stuff. This is our training room. It's pretty quiet right now. We just finished practice, but this is where the guys get on table work in the morning. Our trainers work on them. We'll get a little extra cardio. This is an altitude trainer, which is set at 9,000 feet right now. This is my pride and joy, is my equipment room right here. I'm very fortunate because we practice and play in the same place, so I have one equipment room. I don't have a practice facility that I have to have two of everything. It helps me out.
I will say this is one of the neatest equipment rooms we've been in so far. We've seen some that are all over the place, but it seems like you have this one pretty much intact.
I try to. This is basically our home white. We are debuting these black ones. This is our new uniform. We're gonna debut these on opening night against Dallas. Our standard purple is our road. We have a sleeve gray, it's our only sleeve jersey, it's our pride uniform. Our orange this year it's sleeveless instead. We had sleeves on it years past, and this year we took the sleeves off. You arrived on the lucky day because I just received my huge Stance sock shipment. So you guys might be one of the first ones to see these. Our sock game is gonna be off the charts because we have 4 socks that we're gonna have, and we're gonna kind of match them with jerseys. We're gonna have special event nights where we have different socks. Basically, probably our plain white NBA is probably gonna be our home uniform. Black basically on the road and with the black uniform. And then what we just got in today is the core sock. And we'll match this up with uniforms. We'll wear it probably with our orange uniform and our gray uniform. And that's a brand new sock. Stance is taking over the league. It's gonna be huge, I think. They're working on a couple special things for like our Los Suns and a couple other events. This is a sock, sorry NBA if they're not out yet, but it's a Veterans Day sock that we're gonna wear. The whole league is gonna wear. And there's gonna be a logo sock and a couple other special events like Christmas Day, all that, Here's more PJ's back stock. I try to give each guy 3 cubicles. It's just kind of a way to, keep them organized because you can't just throw a bunch of boxes back here. These are some of his ones that he wore last year, and I'm sure he's gonna switch them out and upgrade. He likes the latest and greatest. Here's some PEs right there. This is a lot of our travel stuff. Just extras, but these are my 2 big shoe bags. I have them divided up by players, so I usually carry 2 pairs for each player. It makes it a lot easier, but there's certain, guys, like PJ wearing, these are all PJ, so he usually has about 4 on every road trip to go with different uniforms, but I have to have a backup just in case.
Now, size-wise, what do they range from? Who has the smallest?
Smallest probably 12, which is Ronnie Price. And we have all the way up to Henry Sims, who is an 18. Speaking of big shoes, I'll actually have some from my collection. I always keep around a pair of these just for laughs. I show my players and they don't even believe it, but this is one of Shaq's shoes, what he played with when he was here.
This can't be real.
It is, size 23.
Wow. What about the best shoe in your personal collection that you own? Or the one that's most memorable to you?
It has to be that Jordan shoe, yeah. All right, this is gonna be the practice court, which is kind of nice. We're only 50 yards away from it.
And so is that normal? Usually we don't see team have a practice court and
This was the original building, that the first one to do this. It used to be America West Arena, now it's Talking Stick Resort Arena, but this is a practice court. It's kind of nice to be centrally located with everything that I need here. And this is the arena. So as you can see, it's only a few feet away from each other. It's kind of nice.
So, Jay, as we close, give me your 5 favorite Phoenix Suns ever and why.
Ooh. Okay. I'll have to say Steve Nash, just because he's such a down-to-earth player, one of the hardest working guys I've ever met. And he's done so much for this city and the 2 MVPs. He's always been an underdog his whole life. And, you know, you could walk up to him today and talk to him just about anything. And, you know, that's just how he is. Walter Davis, I was a ball boy at that point, but Walter Davis had the sweetest jumper I've ever seen. And to this day, I still think he's one of the best Suns ever. You got to go Sir Charles. There's 2 iconic Suns that changed the face of the franchise and changed the direction. When we had Barkley, sorry Jeff, we traded Jeff Hornacek for Charles Barkley in '92. He took us to the NBA Finals and we went, you know, on a run. Steve Nash, we had 29 wins when we got Steve Nash and won 52. So it's, you know, those are the iconic guys that you have to stick with. The rest of them are kind of tough. I'd have to go Amari Stoudemire. He's one, just an amazing talent. One of the best athletes I've ever seen run the court as a big man. Biggest hands, he'd catch anything and dunk it. Him and Steve Nash on the pick and roll is pretty tough to beat. Sean Marion, he's one of my good friends, and he's one of my favorite all-time Suns as well.
Give us one story that involves sneakers during your 27 years here. Maybe it could be a blowout on court, just anything that happened that will always stick with you.
I did see Gilbert Arenas back in the day just wearing some, it was weird, he wears some like Louis Vuittons and stuff like that, like playing basketball. That's probably the weirdest thing I've ever seen. No, I'd have to say PJ Tucker last year, like I was saying, he had 2 blowouts in a game just because they were player exclusive and they were something that were legit early 90s. So, you know, they were beginning to yellow in the bottom and the sole, and he made 1 cut and ripped them. I went and got another pair, ripped them, and that was in the first half, so he stopped doing that.
Well, Jay, thank you so much for taking the time out.
Thanks for coming, it was a pleasure.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. You have a nice facility here, and
thank you.
Like I said, it's one of the neatest.
Oh, thank you very much, I appreciate that.